everybody, and welcome to this deep dive into your financial future.
Yeah.
You're ready to take charge of your money
Right.
and build a life of wealth and freedom. And for our source material,
We get it.
Dave Ramsey's The Total Money Makeover.
Yes.
Buckle up.
It's a good one.
We're going to unpack his key principles,
Yeah.
the famous baby steps, and even hear about some folks who turn their finances around.
Mm-hmm.
Using his methods, get ready for some serious aha moments.
You know what's fascinating about Ramsey is he doesn't just throw numbers and spreadsheets at you.
Right.
He goes deeper. He explores the psychology of money
Yeah.
and why we make the decisions we do.
I like that.
And then he gives you that step-by-step plan to break free from those habits that might be holding you back.
Okay, let's dive right in. Ramsey doesn't really sugarcoat things.
No, he doesn't.
He says most people are financially flabby.
Yeah,
Ouch.
a little bit.
He compares it to that frog in the pot of slowly heating water, not realizing the danger until it's too late. Why does he think so many of us are in this situation?
Well, I think he argues that we've been slowly conditioned to accept a lifestyle of debt
Okay.
and instant gratification.
Yeah.
It's become so normal
Right.
that we don't even question it. And he points the finger at something he calls debt myths.
Oh, the debt myths.
These are those widely accepted beliefs about money that keep us trapped in a cycle of financial struggle.
So what are some of these big debt myths
Sure.
that Ramsey really wants to bust?
Yeah. Well,
Hit us with a few examples.
one of the most pervasive is this idea that debt is a tool for building wealth.
Yeah.
Ramsey completely disagrees.
Yeah.
He argues that debt is actually a tool for making banks wealthy, not individuals. He emphasizes that every time you swipe a credit card
Oh, yeah.
or make a car payment,
Yeah.
you're putting money in someone else's pocket.
He really goes after those car leases, right?
Oh, yeah.
Bet you'll think twice about that new car smell after hearing what he has to say.
Absolutely. He breaks down the true cost of leasing,
Right.
highlighting how you end up paying for the depreciation of the vehicle plus interest, making it one of the most expensive ways to own a car.
So no more leasing a sophisticated excuse then?
Not if you want to build true wealth, according to Ramsey.
Okay.
He also tackles the myth that you need a credit card to build credit,
Okay.
arguing that this is just a ploy by the credit card companies to keep you trapped in debt. He even compares giving a credit card to a teenager to throwing them into a pool of sharks.
Ugh, yikes. That's a pretty vivid image.
Yeah.
But I get his point. So if debt is the problem, what is Ramsey's solution?
Enter the famous 7 baby steps to financial freedom.
All right.
It's a simple step-by-step plan that anyone can follow to get out of debt and build wealth.
All right, let's walk through these baby steps.
Sure.
Step 1, save $1,000 fast.
Yeah.
This seems pretty straightforward. What's the reasoning behind it?
It's about building momentum and creating a buffer against those small, unexpected expenses
Okay.
that can derail your progress.
Yeah.
He calls this your beginner emergency fund.
Okay.
It keeps you from having to rely on credit cards when those little emergencies pop up.
Makes sense. On to baby step 2, pay off all debt except the house using the debt snowball.
Yes,
Things are getting serious now.
a little bit.
Tell us about this snowball method.
It's brilliant in its simplicity.
Okay.
You list your debts from smallest to largest,
Okay.
regardless of the interest rate, and focus all your energy on paying off the smallest one first.
Okay.
Once that's gone, you roll that payment amount into the next smallest debt. And so on this barrier creates a psychological effect of accomplishment, keeping you motivated and building momentum as you see those debts disappear.
It's like a snowball rolling downhill, getting bigger and bigger. Okay, I'm intrigued. Gazelle intensity debt payoff. How are these connected?
He was watching a nature documentary, and he noticed that gazelles often outmaneuver cheetahs. Instead of trying to outrun them,
Right.
they use quick strategic moves to avoid being caught.
Oh.
He applies this to finances, arguing that you need to be just as strategic and relentless in your debt payoff.
So we need to zig and zag our way out of debt, just like a gazelle dodging a cheetah.
Right!
I love it. Okay, so we've tackled those first 2 steps. What's next?
Baby step 3, save 3 to 6 months of expenses in a fully funded emergency fund.
Okay.
This is about preparing for those bigger financial storms that life inevitably throws our way.
We're talking job loss, a major car repair, those unexpected medical bills.
Yeah.
Definitely not that surprise sale at your favorite store.
Exactly. A true emergency is something unexpected and unavoidable that could have a significant impact on your finances.
Right.
Having a fully funded emergency fund gives you peace of mind and prevents you from falling back into debt when those curveballs come.
Okay, so we've paid off debt and got our safety net in place. Now let's shift our focus to building for the future with baby step 4. Invest 15% of your income in retirement. Why is starting early so important?
It all comes down to the magic of compound growth. The earlier you start investing, the more time your money has to grow exponentially.
Okay.
It's like a snowball rolling downhill for years, picking up more snow and getting bigger and bigger.
Right.
Ramsey illustrates this beautifully with the story of Joe and Susie Average.
Ah, yes. Joe and Susie, they're the stars of this baby step, right?
They are.
Tell us about them. Joe and Susie, they're the stars of this baby step, right?
Yeah, they are.
Tell us about them.
Joe and Susie are just your average everyday couple.
Okay.
They start investing 15% of their income at age 30.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time they retire, they're millionaires.
Wow.
It's a powerful example of how consistent investing,
Right.
even with modest amounts, can lead to incredible results over time.
It's so inspiring. It really highlights the fact that, building wealth isn't about winning the lottery or anything like that. No.
It's about that consistent, disciplined investing.
Right.
Okay, on to baby step 5. Save for your children's college fund.
Yeah.
College costs can be a huge burden these days.
They can.
What is Ramsey's approach?
He's a firm believer in saving for college, but he's very specific about the ways to do it.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big fan of ESAs and 509 plans
Yeah.
because they offer tax advantages
Right.
and help your investments grow over time.
But he's not a fan of those whole life insurance policies,
No.
marketed as college savings.
No, not at all.
I bet he has some strong opinions about that.
You bet. He calls those a joke.
Uh-huh.
He argues you're much better off investing in the market
Okay.
and letting those investments grow. He's also quick to point out that a college degree isn't the only path to success.
Right. He's all about finding the path that's right for you,
Exactly.
whether that's a traditional college, a trade school, or maybe even starting your own business.
Yep.
Now let's talk about baby step 6. Pay off your home mortgage early. This one seems pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. Why does Ramsey place so much importance on owning your home outright?
There's nothing quite like that feeling of freedom and security that
Yeah.
comes with owning your home free and clear. Imagine never having another mortgage payment.
Why?
It opens up so many possibilities.
Yeah.
You have more control over your expenses and can use that money for other goals.
Okay, that's definitely a dream worth striving for.
It is.
And finally, we reach baby step 7, build wealth and get... This is where things get really exciting.
Yeah.
What does this look like in practice?
It's about enjoying the fruits of your labor and using your wealth to make a positive impact.
Okay.
Ramsey believes true wealth encompasses fun, continued investing and generous giving. He even shares some incredible stories about people who have used their wealth to make a difference in the world,
Yeah.
like the story of Secret Santa.
Wait, who's Secret Santa? Tell me more.
Secret Santa was a wealthy businessman who for years would anonymously give away large sums of money to those in need,
Wow.
often just before Christmas. It's a powerful example of how wealth, when used generously, can make a real difference in people's lives.
That's incredible. It really challenges you to think about how you would use your wealth to make a positive impact.
It does.
Okay, so we walked through all these 7 baby steps. It sounds amazing.
Right.
I'm sure it's not always easy to stay on track.
Of course not.
What about those challenges that we might face along the way? Ramsey calls them hurdles, right?
That's right. He talks about ignorance denial and peer pressure,
Oh, yeah.
those sneaky things that can trip us up on our journey to financial freedom.
Let's break those down.
Sure.
First up, ignorance. None of us are born financial experts.
Right.
So how do we tackle this hurdle?
Ramsey's a huge advocate for financial education. He encourages you to read books,
Okay,
listen to podcasts like this one,
of course.
attend seminars, and talk to financial advisors.
Yeah.
The more you know, the better equipped you are to make smart decisions with your money.
It's like learning any new skill you have to be willing to put in the time and the effort to educate yourself.
You do.
Okay, next hurdle, denial.
Yeah,
This one can be a bit tougher to face.
it can.
How do we even know if we're in denial about our finances?
Well, Ramsey talks about those who are financially flabby.
Right.
They might be living paycheck to paycheck, but convince themselves they're doing all right
Yeah,
because they're keeping up with the Joneses.
right.
He urges us to take an honest look in the mirror
Uh-huh.
and really assess our financial situation. No sugarcoating.
Ouch, that can be a tough pill to swallow, but sometimes we need that wake-up call
Right.
to get motivated and make a change, right?
Exactly.
Okay, last hurdle, peer pressure.
Oh, yeah.
We've all felt this one. It's hard to resist those societal pressures, especially when it comes to money. How do we stop comparing ourselves to the Joneses and so focus on our own goals?
He encourages us to find strength in our own convictions and focus on what truly matters to us,
Okay.
not what others are doing.
Remember, the Joneses might be drowning in debt behind that fancy facade.
That's a good point. He also suggests surrounding yourself with people who support your financial goals.
Okay.
Their positive influence can make a big difference.
It's about finding your tribe.
It is.
Those people who are cheering you on and want to see you succeed.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about the problem, the solution, the hurdles we might encounter. But ultimately, Ramsey believes that achieving financial freedom is about more than just money, right?
Right.
It's about aligning your finances with your values and living a life of purpose and intention.
It is. It's about having the resources to pursue your passions, support your family, and make a positive impact on the world. He talks about the three main uses for money, fun, investing, and giving. He believes true wealth encompasses all three.
And he tells some pretty inspiring stories
He does.
about people who have used their wealth in incredible ways.
Yeah,
That Secret Santa story is a great example.
it is.
It's a reminder that wealth isn't about hoarding money. It's about using it to make a difference in the world. So we've reached the end of part 2 of our deep dive into the total money makeover.
Yes.
What are some of our big takeaways so far?
I would say we've learned that financial freedom is achievable,
Okay.
but it requires a shift in mindset, a commitment to education, and a willingness to challenge those deeply ingrained money myths.
Yeah,
It's about being intentional with our money,
right.
developing healthy financial habits, and using our resources to live a life of purpose and abundance.
And remember, you don't have to do this alone. There are resources available like this podcast
Right.
and like-minded people who can support you on your journey.
That's right.
Stay tuned for the final part of our deep dive, where we'll explore even more insights from the Total Money Makeover. All right, we're back for the final part of our deep dive into the Total Money Makeover. Remember Ramsey's famous line, "You can live like no one else, so later you can live like no one else." That really sums up his philosophy, doesn't it? It's about being willing to make those short-term sacrifices to achieve your long-term dreams. But he also emphasizes finding joy in the journey, right?
Absolutely. It's not about deprivation. It's about making choices that align with your values and finding fulfillment in things that truly matter,
Okay.
like spending time with loved ones, pursuing your passions, or giving back to your community. It's about shifting your focus from material possessions to experiences and relationships.
He tells a great story about a couple who downsized their lifestyle, paid off their debt, and were able to move closer to their family. They realized that true wealth wasn't about a fancy car or a big house. It was about having the freedom to be near the people they loved.
Exactly. It's a great reminder that money is a tool to create the life you want. It's about defining your own version of success and using your resources to make it happen.
So it's not about being a Scrooge or anything. It's about being intentional and mindful with your money-making choices that support your goals, not just giving in to societal pressures or clever marketing tactics.
Yeah, you got it.
So even when you achieve financial freedom, the journey doesn't end there. Ramsey talks about the danger of complacency and the importance of maintaining those healthy habits you've worked so hard to develop.
Right.
He compares it to someone who's gotten in great shape. You can't go back to your old eating habits and expect to stay fit, right? You have to keep exercising, making healthy choices, and challenging yourself to stay on track.
That's a great analogy.
Financial fitness is a lifelong pursuit. It's about constantly learning, growing, and adapting to ensure your financial well-being for years to come.
For sure.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the Total Money Makeover, what's the key takeaway? I think it boils down to this: financial freedom is a choice. It's not about luck or circumstance.
Yep.
It's about making a conscious decision to take control of your finances and build a life of purpose and abundance.
It is, and it's totally worth it.
Yeah.
It might not be easy, but the rewards are incredible. Remember, you can live like no one else, so later you can live like no one else. Those short-term sacrifices pave the way to long-term dreams.
Absolutely. If we can leave you with one final thought to ponder, it's this. What if you viewed wealth not just as a measure of your financial assets, but as a reflection of your overall well-being?
Right.
Your health, your relationships, your passions, your contributions to the world, all of that is part of true wealth. How would that shift your perspective?
That's a powerful question and a great way to inspire yourself to take action.
So go out there and start building your own total money makeover, not just for your bank account, but for your life.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Loved this video? Smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future content. And don't forget to order the book, link below.